Welcome back to the Dutch and Never podcast. Post July 4th. Greatest holiday ever. Uh we tried to do like a live holiday version of podcasts and I partied too much and hit wrong buttons and recorded like an hour with no sound or didn't actually record the hour. It was a mess. We didn't do it. It was good stuff though. Blip and I are gonna do something later. The same topics, just maybe not so Fourth of July y. Oh, this week, where where do we even begin? Um, in lieu of everyone having a spectacular Fourth of July, which I absolutely hope you did. I hope you celebrated. You were thankful. All that good stuff. Now I have to rain on your parade. Actually, no, I have great news. Great news for the 4th of July. You know that barbecue you had with your friends and your family and everything? And, you got that extra day off. You know all that? Well, according to Uncle Joe, it was 16 cents cheaper than last year. 16 whole cents cheaper than last year. I mean, never mind, gas is like $10 billion more expensive. Lumber's through the fucking roof. Um, Everything is 1,000 times more expensive. Your baked beans were a cent cheaper, and it's I don't know, it's kind of fun that to maybe go through this and just see like where the 16 cents come from. I don't know if I can restart it. I'm looking over here. I'm not gonna show you. You guys can find it. It's a tweet from the White House, and the tweet reads: "Planning a cookout this year? Catch up on the news." Huh. Cute little pun there, guys. According to the Farm Bureau, fuck them, the cost of the 4th of July barbecue is down from last year. It's a fact you must hear. Get it? Whatever. Mustard, must hear. Hot dog. The Biden economic plan is working and it's something we can all relish. Now, I don't know what bottom of the barrel they had to scrape to get this information, but I can tell you the Biden plan isn't working. Gas is, I mean, it costs me over $100 to fill up. I do use premium because it's something with Toyota V8s. If you don't use premium, when you really get on it, it smells like rotten eggs. I think we've covered this, but it's super expensive to fill up right now. And I have two Toyota V8s. So it's an ass load of money to put gas in there. But oh, don't worry, your cookout is 16 cents cheaper. All right, let's look at this. Why is it cheaper? Pork and beans are down. Ground beef is down. Vanilla ice cream's down. Pork chops are down. Fresh squeezed lemonade is down. And sliced cheese is down. And so are potato chips. It's an odd fucking barbecue there you got, Joey. Um, where's the beer? I think beer's a little up. And I know it's 4th of July. Maybe you guys have fancy friends who have center cut pork chops. That's not on my fourth list. Like, it's hot dogs and hamburgers. Is that shit up? No, ground beef's down. Good job. Lemonade? Fuck that. We don't have lemonade. We have beer. We have Budweiser beer for that matter. And tater chips, baked beans. Okay. Yeah. We actually had ribs. I made some delicious St. Louis style ribs or St. Louis short ribs, but in Carolina style. We're vinegar mustard family. So we like our ribs. Spend all day drinking beer and making ribs. I'm not sure the ribs were cheaper. Sliced cheese, Sargento ain't any cheaper, I'll tell you that. Maybe, processed wick cheese is more, but the point of all this is what bottom of the barrel, and I already said this, but ridiculous stat is this? Like, you picked probably the only things that are actually down, because the rest of it's way fucking more expensive. Like I said, gas, wood is unbelievable. You used to get a piece of 7/16 OSB, which that's like, how do I explain this? It's like half-inch OSB. It's like roof sheeting. It's what they sheet your trusses with before they, oh, whatever. They used to be like $8. Okay, for a sheet, a 4 foot by 8 foot. Okay, and OSB actually stands for oriented strand board, but it's I mean, it's not composite, but it's all right. They take like wood chips and they glue them together real tight. It's good stuff. It's what they sheet the exterior of your walls with before they cover it with siding or stucco or whatever they do. They sheet your roof with it, and then they put down, their tar paper or the vapor barrier, and then shingle it or whatever. Okay, so I mean, it's super important. OSB is what they do your floor with. Your subfloor is tongue and groove, but that's 3/4, a little different. But just again, a sheet of 7/16 OSB. I don't know why it's 7/16 and not just half inch. It's the way it is. I guess that 16th over billions and billions of pieces makes a difference, and structurally it doesn't. But for instance, this used to be like $7, $8, $9, $10 a sheet. Where I live, it's like $65 a sheet. That's like a 600% increase. Oh, but the Biden economic plan's working. 2x4s used to be, in my price contractor, a little different, but we're like a $1.42, 45, maybe $1.60, $1.87, something like that. They're now like $9 or $10, maybe even $7, but still, that's like a quadruple in price. But the Biden economic problem's working. God, I hate to be so negative on this, but there's literally nothing positive. At the end here, I do have a positive thing for us, though. But it's nuts to think that this is working. Gas is literally $1 a gallon. I know I said it was billions, but we're talking $1 or more a gallon. And, you fill up a 40-gallon truck, that's 40 extra dollars. That's nuts. Over 100. Yeah, man, that's like a third more expensive. Jesus, it used to be, $80 to fill that whole tank, and now it's 140 or something. But the Biden economic plan's working. That's why I need a liberal. I would like someone to come on and talk to me. What the hell? Are you happy with this ad? Well, yeah, I drive a Tesla. Okay, well, I heard that California is telling electric car owners, hey man, don't charge your car. We don't have the energy for it. So they make you buy one and then you can't charge it, and then you're a California moron. Never mind. That's dumb. But yeah, I mean, everything's just out of control, ridiculous, inflation's nuts, blah, blah, all this stuff. So yeah, if you're liberal, talk to me. Defend this crap. What? Oh, are you not getting any mean tweets? You feel better? Fucking piss me off. Speaking of how your 4th of July was 16 cents cheaper, the Babylon Bee. Fucking hilarious, by the way. But, there's satire, in case you don't get it. And, liberals won't get it. But so they tweeted out that women are getting like 13 cents because, the perceived price difference in their pay for equal pay, equal work, equal savings. But it was hilarious. Find it. Babylon Bee on the Twitter. Okay, so we talking about the 4th, how your barbecue's cheaper. I want to talk about the 4th on a general plane. Couple things. First of all, the 4th of July is when they got together and declared our independence from England. And they said, hey man, that was the Declaration of Independence. It wasn't the Constitution. Although I'm a firm believer in reading the Constitution on on July 4th, but also read the Declaration of Independence. I mean, to whoever will listen. I thought about doing a live stream of me reading it. I was in no shape to read it. I partied. But I think everyone should read it. You should have a pocket edition of the Constitution. I have one. Dad, brother, mom, everybody has one in my family. You should have one. And on the 4th, I think you should read it. The Declaration is important because it told, England to go pound sand. We're done with what you're doing to us. We're not there yet. I know a lot of you are calling for this, and this is what brings up my point. July 4th is celebrating our birth as a country. This was the first step, in my view. Now, you could say that, Columbus showing up, Virginia Project, all that's what led up to it. But this was the first definable step that was like, hey, we're done with England and we're going to be our own country. And we should celebrate that because we're still the greatest country in the world. I don't care what any of you say. We're the greatest country in the world by leaps and fucking bounds. And if you have a problem with it, get the fuck out. We're not going to sugarcoat that. Yeah, if you don't like it, either change it through the legislature or fucking leave. Don't get on TikTok, which again, libs of TikTok, my favorite Twitter. Those guys are fucking hilarious. They find, I don't even want to say the craziest liberals. They find liberals who say dumb, crazy shit and they post it for the world to see. Which, I mean, I think that's what the liberals are trying to do. But, I mean, who knows? So that was the first step, the Declaration of Independence. That was the beginning of our country. Then we fought the Revolutionary War. Then we went through some things like Federalist Papers and stuff like that. And then we ratified the Constitution that we know today. All super important. But, within 10 or so years of the Declaration. That's what the 4th of July is about. It is not about furthering your political opinion. Because chances are your political opinion is a little bit wrong. And the liberals, clearly they had an issue with 4th of July. You hate black people and Mexicans and Indians and blah, 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 blah. My bone to pick is with my side, with the conservative right of center people. And specifically the GOP and the NRA and all those guys who are tweeting stuff that the only reason you're celebrating today is because of gun-toting Americans. While that is true, this is not the place for that. This is a place for us to come together as a country and just be happy we live here. Okay? Do not further your political agenda on my tied for first favorite holiday, you scumbag. Yes, you point out the obvious. I get it. And it's a perfect day to further your opinion. Just don't do that. Jesus. Can we not have one day that you guys aren't at each other's throats over this? That's all I want. One day to hang out with friends and family and have barbecue and just, look back and reminisce on how truly great it is to be in this country. Even, and this is going to kill me to say this, but even if you're an illegal who made it in here, you made it in because of the greatness of this country. And despite my protests and many others, we're going to take care of you. And can't we all just kick back for one day and celebrate that together? No, the left says dumb shit about how Independence Day is horrible and blah, blah, blah. Fine, fucking leave. But the right, I'm talking to you because you guys are my people. You don't get to use it for your political advances, you assholes. I don't want to see tweets and Facebook posts and crap in the news about, it's only here because of guns. While that may be true, The 4th of July is not that day to hammer home that point. The 4th of July is a day for us to come together as Americans and just reflect on the unbelievable bounty we have. Whether you're left, right, center, purple, green, black, whatever. We have issues. I get that. But they're far less than any place else. This is still the greatest country in the world. And if you disagree, get the fuck out. But if you're going to use that to your political advantage, you're an equal scumbag. That's my 2 cents on that. Oh, fireworks. This is more 4th of July stuff. So, I'm good with fireworks where they're permitted. So I live in Colorado, and most of our state is currently a fucking tinderbox. And even if it's not a tinderbox, fireworks are currently against the law for private citizen. And no, there are some stipulations like sparklers; those are okay. The little snakes, but mortar shells, the ones that shoot up in the air, blow fire everywhere, those are against the law. I have 2 schools of thought on this. I used to think that shoot them off whether or not they're against the law because I was young and dumb. And now I understand that they're against the law because they'll burn down our state. Now, if you're in downtown Denver, you're probably not going to start a fire that's going to burn down the forest and, like where I live on acreage and stuff. Okay, so yes, but no. It's still against the law, so don't do it. That's my stance. Sorry. And Chopper 4, some news dipshit station, took their chopper up and they took a time lapse of Denver, and there were fireworks everywhere that were not like professional shows. So I don't agree with that. Because it's against the law. And if you don't like it, change the law. Don't just break the law, just change it. As for where I live, more in the country with trees and stuff, no fireworks unless you're a professional who A, will responsibly shoot them off, and B, you're damn right you're gonna take responsibility if anything bad happens. So while I like the celebrations and stuff, I don't believe that if fireworks are legal where you are, don't shoot them off, you piece of shit. Because if you burn down my land or the forest or anything like that, I'm going to be super pissed. It's like, I-70 closes almost every day because of a fire, and I'm not sure it was started by fireworks. But there was a forest fire that has burned all the trees and brush away, so now it's a burn scar. And when it rains, we have like 50 feet of mud covering the highway, and people can't get through. I-70 is the major east-west way for Central America. You can go south, or I'm sorry, north and hit I-80, south and maybe doesn't matter. I think 80's north, yeah, but then you have the one south. But they're way out of the way. You got to go right through I-70, but you can't go on I-70 because it's closed because of a burn scar that had rain on it and it's a mudslide. Again, I didn't say it was because of fireworks. It was probably some dip fuck throwing their little cigarette out the window. That's another thing. Fuck you if you throw your cigarette butts out a window. Fuck you if you smoke still. I chew like an American. Okay, but like I said, as for the fireworks, if they're legal in your area, shoot them off, celebrate, great. If they're illegal, follow the law, don't do it. Because if you burn down my place, I'm going to be pissed and kick your ass. Other than that, I had a great 4th. I really did. We had ribs, some beans, secret ribs, secret beans. It was great. It's nice to spend time with your family and just, backyard things. We finally completed our professional horseshoe pit. Takes some getting used to because I guess the pros play with sand and sometimes the shoes get buried a little bit, but I'm still the undefeated horseshoe champion as well as cornhole champion. Which, it's fun to hang out and just spend time with friends and family and backyard games, have some ribs, have some burgers, dogs, whatever you want. It's nice to do that. And that's part of being an American. It's just great to be able to do that once. I think we should do that every weekend. But once a year on 4th of July, it's really emphasized. So I hope you all had a fantastic 4th like I did. And if you didn't, I hope it's better next year. If you didn't because of your own bitterness, you know what to do. Okay. Let's cover Chirac. This has to do with 4th of July too, but this is again just liberals destroying our country, and I'm going to keep hammering this home until people finally get it. But in Chirac, which for those of you who don't know is Chicago, there's like 1 million people murdered this weekend. And they have some of the strictest gun laws, so guns aren't the problem. But we're moving on. Okay. Baseball is inherently American, right? America's pastime. Football's not. Shut up, nerds. But that brings me to a point. The MLB StatCast is the most retarded thing ever in sports. Any of that crap is, and let me tell you why. So last night, Tatis Jr. hit a home run that was like 116 miles an hour. And the internet, particularly Twitter, literally creamed their pants over this. Now, coming from me, who's a baseball fan, an actual fan, I don't care. It's not worth any more runs if you hit it hard. It's not worth any less runs if you don't hit it as hard or as far or as short or anything like that. StatCast is absolutely tailored to casual fans who don't know anything about baseball. Because as someone who knows nothing about baseball, you'd be like, oh, whoa, 160 miles an hour, that's fucking great. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? His home run was not worth any more runs than anyone else's solo jack. And before I said this, I made a point to make sure it was a solo jack. But it doesn't matter how far, fast, short, or slow you hit it out of the playing field, it's still a home run and still only worth 1 run if no one's on base. So it's an irrelevant stat. Who fucking cares? Just like how fast an outfielder run to catch a baseball. Who cares? Probably faster than I could. If that's what you're getting at, is just to prove that they're faster than I am, I know that. I don't need MLB StatCast to tell me that. It's for the casual, and I mean casual in the derogatory sense, like pink jersey fan. You're casual. You don't understand. You're the same dipshit like D-Mag. I was like, oh, baseball games take too long. No, they don't. I like that they're long and methodical and slow. I want a pitching duel. I don't want, a 14-13 game. I think that's horribly stupid. I want a 1-0 game. Pitchers throwing strikes, hitters are barely making that's what I want. Now, as for miles per hour on pitches, I'm on the fence on that. I mean, yeah, I'd like to know how fast someone throws. But again, if you throw it 105, it's not worth 2 strikes, you dipshit. Or if you can throw it under 75, it's not worth 2 strikes. I mean, it's nice to know how fast your fastball is, but it doesn't make a difference. It's either a strike or a ball. I mean, or a hit or a run or something. But you don't get extra anything for it being fast. So it's a dumb stat. Oh, but Dutch, what about glove to glove? That's a different thing. Glove to glove speed is important because so for those of you who don't know, it's glove to glove is from when the ball hits the catcher's glove, that's glove 1, to when it hits second base's glove, that's glove 2. That time is important because someone's stealing. Okay, and the faster you can catch the ball and throw it, the greater the likelihood you have of getting it out, which is most likely the leading lady, which you always want to get the leading lady. That's the if you have a runner on first and no one on second or third, the guy on first is the leading lady. Just like if you have a guy on second and first, you always want to get the force at third because that's the leading lady. Minimize runners in scoring position. It's all very mental, okay? But glove to glove is an important stat when it comes to defensive play as a catcher. How fast you can run from first to second is also an important offensive stat, which is in contradiction with the defensive stat, and that's how those two work together. Also, how fast you get out of the box is an important stat, but no one cares about that. If you lay down a bunt and you can run from home to first faster than someone else who lays down a bunt, you're bet no one cares about that for some reason. That's what matters. All you care about is exit velocity. Another thing, if your exit velocity is 6 million miles an hour and you hit it right to third base's glove and you're out, it doesn't matter. You don't get any extra for hitting the ball hard and committing it out. And that's why, and I understand it is fashion for the casual fan who doesn't understand baseball, and you're just sitting there in awe, like, oh, wow, I hit that ball really hard. It's still only worth 1 run. So who cares? Why don't you focus on stats that matter, like batting average, ERA, crap that matter, fielding percentages, errors matter, outs matter, exit velocity doesn't matter. It's maybe the most useless stat in baseball. Next to how long that prick Bryce Harper's hair is. So stop with it. I don't care. And yeah, Tatis Jr. made a great play at short last night. Are the Padres going to win the World Series? Probably not. So it doesn't matter. Great play. Don't get me wrong. He jumped and he got some hops. He didn't jump twice like a bunch of idiots because you can't jump twice, stupid. You don't jump once and then jump again in midair. But he made a great play. The home run, I don't care about. He could have hit that ball 200 miles an hour, exit velocity. It's still worth 1 run. But his defensive play was great. And if you think he's the best ever, I want you all to go Google Ozzie Smith. He probably was the best ever shortstop. He did things that Tatis Jr. couldn't even fathom in his wildest little dreams. But don't get me wrong, the guy's a good baseball player. Just stop with the unnecessary fluff. That's my complaint. I don't care. Oh, and if you work for another team, do not do that. Do not be great play. No, fuck you. During the season, especially, Jesus, this camaraderie is sickening. You should hate the other team. You want to win above all else. Because, when it really comes down to it, if you want to get to the basis of sports, the only thing that matters is wins and losses. That's it. It's the only stat that actually matters is wins and losses. Because if you win more than you lose, you're all right. But then you got to win more than that other team. You don't make it to the playoffs based upon exit velocity. Who cares how hard you hit a baseball? If your team sucks, and the Padres don't suck, so don't. But the only stat that actually matters in any sport is wins and losses. How many wins do you have compared to how many losses? That's the stat you should be keeping track of. That's the one that's important. But no, because the casual fan is stupid and they go to Rockies games. Fuck the Rockies. Disgusting. Oh, yeah, the Cardinals. They played the Rockies over the 4th of July weekend, and they were at Coors, and the Cardinals, they lost 3 out of 4. So they suck, too. Mike Shildt needs to get the fuck out of town. We need better pitching. We need more often. We've got problems. Big problems. The Arenado acquisition was good, but we need pitchers. And then when our pitchers, like the one night that I think it was a 3-1 jack they gave up, Wayno, who's like 50, Adam Wainwright, he made it all the way into the 8th inning, 2 runs. It was tied 2-2. Our starter made it into the 8th. And then our bullpen comes in and gives up a 3-run walk-off. Can't have that. Where's that stat? Where's the exit velocity on that? Irrelevant stat. The stat was there were 2 runners on base when some guy hit a home run in the bottom of the 9th. Pathetic. Other than that, yeah, Cardinals got issues. I mean, that's still baseball has more issues. I'm tired of we talked about this, but I don't want the pitchers getting patted down at the end of every inning. Just scumbag shit out of Manfred. All-Star games coming to Denver. Denver's actually clearing out all their homeless so no one has to see it. And I'm going to make it a point. And again, small town, no one's going to listen to me. Small time, no one's going to listen. But I'm making a point to show that we have huge problems with crazy fucking people infesting our streets. I don't care if you're doing it willingly or not. Experiencing homeless. Fuck off of that terminology. But yeah, Denver's now starting to clear out the homeless. We're putting them on buses and shipping them somewhere else. So when the national television cameras are here, we don't look like the shithole that we really are. I think we're paying a lot of money to put them up in hotels, which the hotels are pissed about it because they're going to trash hotel rooms and it's going to cost them, time and money to fix it. The state's going to pay for it, which actually means taxpayer are. I don't support that, but it is what it is. So no, I don't want the All-Star game here. Or didn't. Actually, I kind of did because that meant the end of COVID. But shithead Polis, clearing out homeless people with Hancock and that. I mean, we've done it before. That's what we do before any, major national television event. Get rid of the homeless people. Get rid of all the crap that makes Denver look like a shithole, which it is right now. Don't get me wrong. Downtown Denver is a fucking war zone shithole that I wouldn't go to for all the money in the world. And they're going to try and clean it up. Because, national television is going to be on here and we got to get more Dems elected. Okay, moving on. So, I guess ESPN had some chick reporter who got caught with a hot mic and was complaining that, how do I put this? Yeah, black people were getting preferential treatment. Duh. Have you watched ESPN in the past 5 years, 10 years? It's become CNN 2.0. It's a social network now. They don't talk about sports, they talk about race, social lies. So, I mean, let's put it this way ESPN has become a hypocritical, race baiting scumbag of a network. And this lady has chosen to work for them. And then she got caught on a hot mic when she didn't know it was hot and said, they're a bunch of social justice nerds, which they are. She just stated a fact. And then ESPN's like, oh no, you can't say the book. And they dumped her. She called them what they were, which they've been working so hard to beat. All right, let's use this. This sounds nuts, but so for the past 5, 6, 7, 10 years, ESPN has tried to been blue. And then they have a reporter that got caught with a hot mic saying, God, station's just trying to be blue. And blue is just a random term. You fill in whatever blank you want. And then ESPN hears it, or everybody else hears it, and they get pissed off about it because she stated the truth, and now she's fucked while ESPN continues to be blue when she just blatantly came out and said it. You understand that? Like, it's the nerds on TikTok who are just like calling for attention, and then I step in and be like, "You're just a whore, attention whore," and then I'm the one that gets shut down because I state facts. So yeah, I kind of feel bad for her, but I also was like, "Duh, what the fuck did you think would happen, idiot? Like, you're as dumb as they are. You still continue to work for them for all this crap." Okay, moving on to the good stuff. So tomorrow, Blippo, we all know Blippo. He's a beloved guest on this podcast. He streams with me when we play Xbox. He's my best friend, one of them. Love the man like a brother. His fiance RJ, who she's been on the podcast before too, and yeah, whatever, all that crap. She and her friend are going to be in Denver tomorrow, and El Dutchbo is going to take them out for a great time. Actually, I don't know how great it'll be. Actually, it will be fantastic. They'll be hanging out with Dutch. And I will have a full report. I don't know if it's going to be through streaming games or we'll have a special podcast report. Might even do some live video with them. I have a TikTok. I did start a TikTok because the libs of TikTok, they post these videos and of crazy liberals, which to me, again, hilarious. But that's not the point. These people have like 1 million views for just saying dumb, crazy shit. So I'm going to say right crazy shit and see what happens. So we might have TikTok videos. As always, TikTok, Dutch and Denver. Go follow me. I started on Getter. I think GETTR. That's the one that Trump's guy started. Dutch and Denver. Blah, blah, blah. Dutch and Denver everywhere. But the point is that Blip's fiance is going to be here tomorrow with her friend. And we're going to go sailing. Or we're going to try to. But if there's no wind, I have a backup plan. We'll head to the mountains. We'll stay in Bear Creek for the night. I think that'll be fun for them. I kind of wish I did this earlier because I was thinking about like what's the most Colorado thing to do. And truth be told, there's nothing Colorado to do anymore that hasn't been destroyed by people who suck that aren't from here. Craft brewery's dumb. I'm not going there. A couple people suggested Red Rocks. Not my thing. Um, skiing would be a great Colorado thing, but it's fucking July. We're probably not going skiing. So I just figure take him to a reservoir. We'll do some sailing, which isn't like super Colorado, but one of our great reservoirs. We'll take the paddle boards. We can go sailing, paddle boarding, hang out, drink some beers, listen to some music, do some cool stuff. That's plan A. If that doesn't work, because Kyle also texted me, because I've been talking to RJ and Blip separately. And, RJ's like, yeah, sounds great. And Blip's like, did I tell you she's deathly afraid of water? It's like, whoa, what? Why did she agree to this if she's terrified? Turns out maybe not the case. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But then the other thing would be like, hey, we'll shoot up to the mountains. We'll go to Beaver Creek. We'll stay the night up there. Maybe we'll make it to like Hanging Lake, which is, if you haven't been there, don't go. Just Google pictures online. We don't need any more people fucking up Hanging Lake, which everyone from out of state has fucked it up. It's one of the most beautiful places in this country, and you all have ruined it. So stay out of here. But we go through the Eagle River. It's nice to go down to the river walk. We can go to Maya and have some tacos and margaritas, blah blah. So I've got some stuff. Or we just go to Strahan's for the afternoon and get blasted on whiskey. But I'm excited to meet her. I've been joking with Kyle that I'm gonna ransom her because we're gonna go sailing. I'll be a pirate and I'll ransom her. And I think I set the ransom at 10 mil. And I think he said no. Yeah, yeah, he did. So yeah, she's not worth 10 million apparently. I'll let you know. I'll meet her tomorrow. But yeah, we got that planned. It should be a lot of fun. I'm excited to meet her. She's got a friend. I think his name is Enrique. He seems cool. I'll update you guys as it goes. I can't wait. Super excited for that. That'll be a great continuation of the happy fourth weekend and everything else. Finally meet Kyle's fiance, give her a little rundown about him. Um, maybe get in touch with the Queen of Spain. It's something that we're working on and looking into. And then after that, I don't know. If we stay up in Beaver Creek for the night, that'd be cool. Because there's a lot of places. I don't know if the Blue Plate's back open, but it'd be nice to show them. And I really couldn't think of anything more Colorado than Vail, Beaver Creek area. Aspen, that's not really Colorado. That's where a bunch of foreigners go to be rich pricks. Top of Pikes Peak, we've discussed. I need to figure out if I can actually drive up there. And I'll update you guys. We'll see how it goes. With that though, I mean I got nothing else. I don't think. Nope. We'll do it again next week. I might hop on Xbox after this. So if you watch this live, I might be on there after that. But like I say, guys, as always, I really do appreciate everyone who listens and shares it with their friends. I hope everyone listens and shares with your friends. Like, subscribe. That helps us out more than you would ever know. It's nuts how the algorithms work. Just, click that like button, that subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It's totally free and it helps me out. Which, that's what's important. If you guys want to keep hearing these fantastic future award-winning podcasts, click a like, click some subscribe, send it to your friends, send it to mom, dad, anybody. And keep listening. And I'll update you guys how it goes with RJ tomorrow. I don't know how, but I will. And until next time, as always, thank you for listening. Bye.